Okay, before we start, thanks for having me here this evening. My name is Vincenzo, and I would like to raise a question. How many of you are millennials? Just raise your hands. Okay? Millennials. And who of you has a dog or a cat? Okay, fantastic. Statistically, 57% of Western countries have at least a dog or a cat. What we want is less of diseases, less of criminals, and less of genetic errors. We stand for joy, for a long life together with our lovely pets, okay, and for transparency. And that shows the relevance of our project, ladies and gentlemen. What we have already built is a working mobile app. It's a prototype on Android. We are going to integrate a unique facial recognition technology and a decentralized registration with reliable and immutable records. Okay, when bringing blockchain to the breeders, self-printed papers belong to the past. Okay, so pedigrees on family trees and medical documentation will be stored immutable and reliable onto the blockchain. So the pet ID will be confirmed just by the picture with your smartphone. So let's have a look at this example. The very first one is quite easy. In the middle of that, it's a working algorithm called YOLO. And the last one is the challenge to combine now the name, the ID, into the tag of the object or of the animal. Okay? So we are offering an intelligent matchmaking marketplace, which means that pet seekers could seek for their animals by race, location, photos and ratings, and breeders can place their animals into a showroom. It means that they have a high reach and a qualitative target group, right? So they do it not just to have a clear line against animal trafficking, but they can distinguish themselves from competitors. They have a USP, and interviews with them show already that they do it for the pleasure of their own ratings as well. 63 million pets have been sold last year in the United States. So the average price for a pet is $1,600 US. Okay? So let's assume that CogniPet assists in finding homes for pets in just 5% of the case. We could have a yearly turnover of $253 million US. Okay, I would love to encourage to see our financials, our expenses as well, and the forecast. And of course, we return lost pets to the owners easily and quickly with the support of AI. Our market is great. There are just a few small players on it. And in our core business, the marketplace, we are unique. So we would like to skim off the market. So we are going to do that in just a few steps. First, we are focusing on pets. So who already has a pet, a dog or a cat. Our app will be for free. So interesting features are a timeline, a funny augmented reality filter for sharing on Instagram and other social media, and a panic button. Remember the lost pets. The next phase will be the insurance companies. They are already showing strong interest, and we are in negotiation with them because we have reliable documentation on the health of the pets. It means that they are able to use our ecosystem and to offer to their client tailor-made premium. And last but not least, we are offering advertising placement for pet-related services, pet food, and pet toys. So we are pitching for a minimum of 2 million francs for our Swiss-based startup, and we are going to use that money for a product launch in the United States, the platform, and the recognition system. We developed this idea out of our love for animals and the passion for blockchain technology. The team has selected A players with notable achievements, tangible value, and yes, complementary skills. Okay, I could speak 5 hours about them, but just 2 words: humorous and reliable. Thank you.
How many animals do you have?
I pets too, and our team, I mean, they have cats and dogs, so it's very good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So questions, feedback round, yes.
Hi. It's not really clear to me what's your business model, because you talk about 200 million turnover, but I guess that's GMV, right? Gross marketplace volume. So what translates on the platform? So what's your take on that?
We are a commission-based platform, a marketplace. It's for every sold dog or cat, we take just a tiny commission of 5%, okay? And that's the turnover. So that's the turnover, the yearly possible turnover you can make with 63 million, no, with 5% of 63 million, okay? Multiplicating that with the commission results in $253 million US. No.
That was impressive.
3.6 million pets per 80 US dollar, because 1,600 US dollar is the average price. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
For the most popular dogs, as your slide says.
Yes. For the most popular, we did our research on the top 30 dogs.
Okay.
And yes, we are aligning and focusing on that.
We have one more opinion here.
Just a quick one. I think it's a great idea also. It's fantastic what you're doing for the pets. I think the only thing that I would also give feedback is about how you pitch your market, how you measure your market. You know, this is a very common thing that people say in venture capital is that, you know, if everybody in China buys, or 1% of the Chinese population buys my jacket, then I'll make $500 billion gazillion dollars. And it's a really used up pitch, and I would tend to avoid it completely if you're going for a VC funding or any of those things. So I would find a different way to put that message. Thank you.
How?
Be a little bit more conservative. Why would you know, what exact market you're targeting? How would you dissect it? I mean, there's many ways to do that, and I don't know enough to give you a suggestion about that, but don't make a generalized market estimate saying that if I sell, I don't know, one mobile phone for every 100 person in China, my market of mobile phone is X. That's a very, I would say, overused, estimation technique, and people don't like it generally. Yeah. So.
Fantastic, appreciate it, absolutely. So there is a bottom up and a top down approach on that, and we can do this calculation with the bottom up as well. I mean, daily in the United States there are 75,000 pets are born each day. So make it from the other side around, and you're coming similar to this. But thank you, absolutely great.
Thank you. I noticed you are using Ethereum as a blockchain platform instead of, for example, consortium blockchains or permissioned blockchains and so on. So do you have any plans of doing, for example, ICO or otherwise opening this platform to third parties?
Great question, thank you. We are not doing an ICO. So we are not generating tokens, stuff like that. It's a simple black box. We are using Hyperledger Fabric, a blockchain. We'll be able to make smart contracts on D-Chain, and it's not something, we are very traditional. Thank you.
Okay, one last question. Feedback.
Okay, possible?